Hello everybody, it's Efraltool4 for the weekly update. A few things today. First of all, videos this week should continue on as normal. There's not going to be any stream. It is E3 week. That's the big thing. It's E3 week, and that means that I'm going to be watching live streams for a majority of each day, every day, this entire week. So I'm going to try to just get the videos done in the mornings. I need to record 3 Wind Wakers and 2 Thousand Year Doors, but I already have tomorrow's Thousand Year Door recorded. So look forward to that. I'm going to be asking for a name for a certain character. You guys that played the game should know what I'm talking about, so please be prepared to give a timely answer so that I'll have one to put in by Wednesday. But don't do it on this video. Do it on tomorrow's video, please. So I should be able to get that done because all the streams pretty much start after 12 p.m. Eastern. If you want to see who's streaming what, Twitch has a streaming guideline, just as a general thing I have over here. Let's see. Today's the Microsoft press conference. It's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific. They have all the times in Pacific because it's in California. Devolver Digital is 8 Pacific tonight. Square Enix is 10 Pacific tomorrow. But most importantly, Tuesday Nintendo is 9 on Tuesday, 9 Pacific, so 12 a.m. Eastern. There's all the other stuff. There's Sony is Monday night, and Ubisoft is also Monday. And stage shows, Nintendo Treehouse. I'm really looking forward to it. EA already did their thing. I guess they just wanted to get it out of the way. It was EA. They did show Unravel 2, which is adorable. Some cool additions for Battlefront, Clone Wars stuff. So, there's that. And lots of sports. Which I'm just not interested in. But yeah, so expect next week for there to be a long video where I talk about E3 and all the amazing things that Nintendo is definitely going to give us. Also, we got a release date for Kingdom Hearts 3. It's going to be next year, January 29th, 2019. So I know people are disappointed that they're not sticking to 2018, but I had actually forgotten they promised 2018 in the first place, so I'm okay with it. I just can't believe in our lifetime we're getting a release date for Kingdom Hearts 3. Maybe a miracle will happen, and in 5 or 10 years, we'll get an update on Final Fantasy VII Remake 2. Just imagine if that happened, guys. Just imagine. But yeah, so that's the state of videos. Again, no stream on Tuesday. Not that I've really streamed in the past couple weeks. I'm sorry. Not like anyone's been demanding it, so it's good. So that's all that. This past week, I went to a friend's wedding. His name is Harold Hirschman. Very nice guy, one of my closest friends. I've known him pretty much forever. Like, our parents knew each other, and he was from West Hempstead, back in the old country of Long Island. So it's cool to see somebody that I grew up with, very close, get married. He's very gracious and let me be part of the wedding party. I was a groomsman and served a bunch of functions. So it was just nice. It was a nice wedding. I had a tremendous amount of alcohol. See, the problem is I'm very creaky, but alcohol generally tends to loosen me up. I get less shy. I get less. I care less about the eventual pain that I'm going to be feeling for moving around, and that pain is something to be concerned about. So, yeah. I did not get drunk, though, for those of you who want to know. But if you were following me on Twitter, it was fun. But yeah, I was very happy that someone else drove me home. But yeah, I think I set a record. About 10 shots of scotch and half a bottle of wine. I don't think I've done that much before in terms of pure alcohol consumption. I think I've had more volume because I usually guzzle wine, but The important thing is that you shouldn't do that because you're going to feel really bad the next day. I personally have a very high alcohol tolerance. I maybe just because I'm a big person, or my liver is like has superpowers or something, but I process alcohol very quickly. So the effects on me were actually pretty minimal, thankfully. But it helped just make it a nicer event for me. I was able to actually dance with people and not like get tired, and I was able to talk with people that I haven't seen in a while, so it was good. I still don't condone heavy usage of alcohol because it's very dangerous, and if you don't know your own limits, then you can do serious damage to yourself. So this is like a PSA, kids. Like, don't be dovey. Like 1 or 2 drinks is like should be your maximum ever per day. Just saying. I'm not a role model in this regard. But yeah, it was a very nice event though, and I needed it. I really did. I don't know. It's nice to talk with people that you just don't see, especially since a lot of my friends that I grew up with or that I knew from like before I started YouTube and stuff, they're all like getting married. Their girlfriends are married or moved away. So like weddings like this are opportunities to just see these people and like get to know the people that they married that I really never got to see because I moved to New Jersey, or the just significant others. It's nice. It's nice. On a completely different note, Clip Studio Paint, which is the art program that I use, is on sale for like the next 3 days. It's 50% off, both versions, either the basic one, which I use, Clip Studio Paint, or Clip Studio EX, or whatever it is, Clip Studio Pro EX. The base version, which I got for $50, is $25 now. The EX version is, I think, like is it $125 now, or is it $75 now? It's not $75 now, but like the EX version, which is used more for like making manga and stuff, has special stuff, is also 50% off. But the base version is $25, which is a steal. I highly recommend Clip Studio. It just has all the bells and whistles, or a vast majority of the bells and whistles. I use it. I know Masay uses it. I've seen, gosh dang it, who else? I've seen actual pro artists use it, is what I'm saying. So it's good stuff. And speaking of Clip Studio, for this week's art section, somebody on Twitter last week shared a brush set, or the week before shared a watercolor brush set that someone else was looking for. That was like realistic watercolor instead of like Clip Studio's watercolor brush, which I've been using for like everything. It's fantastic. This one was like actual, like looked like actual watercolor, meaning like it had bleed into the canvas, which was really nice. And it's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to like try to do that, but when you do it in real life, if you get it wrong the first time, you get it wrong forever. So I was always scared to do it, but so I tried out the brush set, and it actually worked out really well. So I drew a few things just as a test. One sec, I just gotta turn off the blue light filter here. Just as a test for it, there's 2 versions I had, one that was like grainy and one that was like more realistic. So last week I made like a few pictures with the grainy one. Got Raina over here. I know it'll focus at some point. Come on. Stupid camera. There we go. So yeah, I just like how it looks there. It's kind of, sparkly and stuff. Also did like, these are like really, really fast sketches. There's a futaba there. And here's my selfie with my favorite bottle of scotch. Come on. Fine, you don't have to show it. It's okay. I don't know why this camera takes so long to focus. There we go. There's the groom in the background, by the way, but the important thing is the Glenmorangie. I'm telling you, kid, just don't. Don't use Dovey as an example. I also drew a picture of Tai Takemi from Persona 5. I don't really, honestly, like, I don't know. I drew this because I wanted to, and it was kind of the best I could do, but I spent a lot of time trying to get the eyes right. I really don't like how the eyes came out. I don't know. I think that they just really don't fit. Her eyes are like, I don't know, just different. They're just different. I can't. It's a very hard style to get right. So also later in the week, I drew a picture of Naoto Shirogane from Persona 4 because I don't know. I have wanted to draw Naoto for a while also, but yeah. So this time, instead of like my usual drawing style of like really tiny stuff, what I did is I started with the eyes because I can't draw someone's eyes if I have to frame it within a face. I can only draw a picture by like drawing the eyes and then framing the rest of the face around it. And that's how I do like 90% of my art. And it drives me nuts because like everyone else, it's like the exact opposite of actual art technique. So I drew that and I was very happy with it. And I decided to try out some of the other watercolor brushes and I came up with this, which is it's a thing. I mean, look at that. There's like regular watercolor brush. There's like a triangle one that you can have two colors at once that I used for like the shading and the detail, and it just looks like, I don't know, like crystallized and stuff. It kind of looks like that fancy art that you see some actual like pros use, and it's just kind of cool that way, you know? I love that stylized watercolor style, and that's something that I've been wanting to do for years. But I just never had the tools to do it. So like I was like really happy, like, yeah, look at this is so good. At least I thought it was good. And right, also in other news, Twitch is letting affiliates use at the end of July use subscriber badges. That's cool. But the next picture that I did was Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII. And come on camera, don't screw this up for me. So this one also, come on. I don't know, I honestly don't know why this camera can't take a hint. So this one, I also started with the eyes, and then framed the face, took a billion years on the hair, because her hair is harder to draw than it seems, and then just kind of drew everything else out, and then did the watercolor. And again, like look at how the watercolor just kind of, like, I don't know, it just makes the picture better. I have a flat lines here before I did the coloring, and it looks really good. I have to say, it looks really good. I love, like, I don't know, just the expression, the mouth, the body tone, but just the watercolor just gives it like a vibrance, you know? It makes it look more like a realistic paint, not realistic like human like, but like looks like it was actually painted as opposed to done digitally. And I love how it came out. I love it so much. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can like manage other art pieces like this. Excuse me. We'll see. I don't know if I'll be able to, but also another thing, I was describing clickbait thumbnails to my brother, so I drew this. This pretty much sums up clickbait, right? Every clickbait thumbnail, I don't know. One other thing. So last night Proton John was streaming, and so he was at one point playing a game called Fox Hunt, which is a FMV game. And so he spent, I don't know, like the better part of 10 minutes. I have a cold, so I'm sorry if I sound weird or I keep blowing my nose. Spent the better part of 10 minutes trying to escape the hospital on a wheelchair that was being propelled by rockets. So, I don't know, I just got this stupid idea of like that multi-track drifting meme, except in this case, come on, multi-floor drifting. Multi-floor drifting! I don't know. I got a good laugh out of drawing that, I have no idea why. Also, this bird meme is the best. This is also for John's stream. I love it. I've fallen in love with it. But see, he was playing an NSYNC game, so but because of his computer troubles, everyone just kept sending him sad day. So it's like, baby, when you finally get to love somebody, guess what? It's got, 'cause you had a bad day. Just love the expression on that stupid bird's face. Just, he's so done with everything. Anyway, so yeah, that's it for my dumb showing you my Twitter timeline. I know it's like a really annoying thing for me to just keep like, someone quote tweeted it, mood. I know it's kind of annoying for me to like just shove my phone in your faces. Actually, like, just putting up the pictures would require extra editing and just add time and space, and I don't know. I don't I don't want to do that with my updates. I just want to be able to record and immediately upload and not get myself into a groove of more more editing with that. I just want to keep it like low maintenance. Finally, on a completely different note, so the past couple weeks I've been going to see a doctor at the hospital that I've gotten treatment at, who's a neurosurgeon, and we were talking about the rods and screws I have in my back. For those new to the party, and this is just bothering me, it's kind of like pointing up a little. For those new to the party, 5 years ago I had to get surgery on my spine to remove a tumor, and in the process they had to remove some of the lamina, which is the stuff that stick out that you can feel like along your spine with your hands. So they had to remove some of that, and they fused a couple of the vertebrae together. So and then they put rods and screws in to keep everything tight and make sure the fusion held. So I have constant back pain just because there's stuff in my back, and it's not mobile and everything. So we wanted to make a determination whether I could, get some chiropractic work done, or like how solid everything was, just to see like what the status is and of the hardware, because there's always a worry that like the rods and screws are going to start coming loose, and so after 5 years it's important to get that checked out. So we got x-rays, I got a CAT scan, we went to see the doctor, and it turns out that one of the screws on top is actually loose. There's like haloing on the image, which means there's just like empty space around where the screw is. It's loose, and the vertebrae are not entirely fused together. What they do is that like they sand down when they're doing the surgery. They sand down the edges of the bone that stimulate growth, so that the bone kind of just close together and grow together, and it becomes a solid structure. That didn't happen for whatever reason. It wasn't their fault with that. It's just something that can happen or not happen. But the fact is that like the hardware is starting to fail a little bit, but it's not entirely failed yet, and my back isn't solid, which means I can't get any chiropractic, because there's a chance that we're gonna really screw things up back there, pun intended, I guess, or pop out the rods or something. So right now, the way things are is I'm going to get, we're not really sure if the hardware failed like immediately after the surgery 5 years ago, and then it kind of solidified, and like there's just fibrous growth that's not picked up by a CAT scan, holding everything together, or this is something that's been gradual, and therefore it's on its way to failing. And what happens if it fails is I have to get major surgery to have it all replaced with bigger screws and everything, and try to refuse everything. Is essentially the same exact surgery that I got 5 years ago, except for removing a tumor, because that's already gone. So it's major spinal surgery. So right now I'm in a point where we're just going to get like x-rays in 6 months and another CAT scan next year to see if it's staying the same, and therefore it was just like that at the beginning and it's been stable for 4 years ish, or if it's slowly getting worse and we need to get surgery. So till then, I'm in limbo. I honestly don't know what to do with myself. Like, I can't, because of this, like, I can't do anything strenuous now. I can live a normal life, like do normal things, but I can't, like, I have to completely avoid situations where I overdo it, where the wedding that I talked about earlier was probably one of the situations, honestly. But I have to avoid situations where I overdo any sort of strain on my back, because that can cause a screw to just pop out because it's loose. So that would be really bad. So yeah, I don't know. I have no idea like how to process this. My back is a ticking time bomb now. We thought that it would be more fused than it was, but they had to apparently take out a lot more bone in the initial surgery than we thought. So it made too far of a gap for the bone to grow together. So just gonna have to live with pain and fear for the next 6 months or a year, and see where that leads. So good times are ahead. Speaking of that, I feel terrible today, and I know why. It's raining. All my joints ache so much when it rains. Oh my gosh. But anyway, that's enough of me complaining and grousing. I'm really looking forward to doing more art with the watercolors and just in general. It makes me happy. It makes me so very happy. And yeah, I look forward to... Oh, let me know in the comments if you're still here. Let me know in the comments what your E3 hopes and predictions are, and we'll regroup next week and have a chat about that. And yeah, also, so just thank you all very much, everybody who give me your support or trust or anything. Recently, Lukajin put me in charge of highlighting and archiving all of her streams, which is it's a nice self-confidence boost that she trusts me with her channel enough, because it's more than mod. It's a manager privileges on the channel, so like, I don't know, it's power. But no, I'm just happy that, like, I don't know, I have trust with people, because then that gives me a chance to help out more, and that's really what I wanted to do. Like, I'm very happy that I can help people. So I don't know. Thank you to the people that just give me your trust and give me the ability to help you. It is just a highlight of my days on this earth, knowing that there are people that I'm helping. But yeah, so thank you all very much for watching. Thank you very much for just sticking around and everything, and I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye. End.